ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम ओम नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्ध ज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। Saluting all the Guru Parampara, Guru Tattva, our Gurus and the Lord, as every day we will do our 4-5 minutes of Taittiriya Upanishad Parayanam with Swaram, followed by the Shanti Mantra and whatever the satsang we have to do on the Upanishad with Bhashyam. Yesterday we did up to the beginning of Brahmananda Mimamsa in the second Valli. It is Brahmananda Valli. Om Bhishasmadvatapavate Bhishodeti Suryaha Bhishasmadagnischendrascha Mrutyurdhavati Panchama ite Saishanandasya Mimagamsa Bhavati Yuva Syat Sadhu Yuvadhyayakah Ashishto Drudishto Balishtaha तस्येयं पृथिवी सर्वा वित्तस्य पूर्णा स्यात् स एको मानुष आनन्दः ते ये शतं मानुष आनन्दाः स एको मनुष्य गन्धर्वाणामानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य च कामः तस्य ते ये शतं मनुष्य गन्धर्वाणामानन्दाः स एको देवगन्धर्वाणामानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य च कामः तस्य ते ये शतं देवगन्धर्वाणामानन्दाः स एकः पितॄणां चिरलोकलोकानामानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य च कामः तस्य ते ये शतं पितॄणां चिरलोकलोकानामानन्दाः स एक आजानजानां देवानामानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य च कामः तस्य ते ये शतं आजानजानां देवानामानन्दाः स एकः कर्मदेवानां देवानामानन्दः ये कर्मणा देवानपीयन्ते श्रोत्रियस्य च कामः तस्य ते ये शतं कर्मदेवानां देवानामानन्दाः स एको देवानामानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य च कामः तस्य ते ये शतं देवानामानन्दाः स एक इन्द्रस्यानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य च कामः तस्य ते ये शतं इन्द्रस्यानन्दाः स एको बृहस्पतेरानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य च कामः तस्य ते ये शतं बृहस्पतेरानन्दाः स एकः प्रजापतेरानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य च कामः तस्य ते ये शतं प्रजापतेरानन्दाः स एको ब्रह्मण आनन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य च कामः तस्य स यश्चायं पुरुषे यश्चासावादित्ये स एकः स य एवं विद अस्माल्लोकात् प्रेत्य एतमन्नमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रामते एतं प्राणमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रामते एतं मनोमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रामते एतं विज्ञानमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रामते एतमानन्दमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रामते तदप्येष श्लोको भवति यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा सह आनन्दं ब्रह्मणो विद्वान् न बिभेति कुतश्च नेते एतगं हवावन तपते किमहगं साधुना करवं किमहं पापमकरवमिते स य एवं विद्वानेते आत्मानग्गः स्पृणुते उभेः वैश एते आत्मानग्गः स्पृणुते य एवं वेद इत्युपनिषद ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Now let us chant our Shanti Mantra of this Upanishad along with the first three mantras as given to us by Bhagavan Adi Shankara. Then we will continue what he was saying to us regarding the limitations of karma in the pursuit of Brahmagnana or Atmagnana. ॐ अथ कृष्णयजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीयारण्यान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. ॐ अथ श्रीमद्भगवत् शंकराचार्य कृतानां श्लोक मंगलाचरण श्लोकत्रयम् ॐ यस्माज्जातं जगत् सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः. यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं. तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते. इयं व्याख्या सम्प्रणीयते विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनाम्. Those who want to exhaustively, thoroughly study the Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya as given in the Taittiriya Upanishad of Taittiriya Aranyaka of Krishna Yajurveda, for their sake, Yam Vyakya Samyak Praniyate. This Vyakyana is systematically, fully, completely, exhaustively given. Please make use of it. That is the idea in that. Now, we were seeing yesterday how up to the 6 chapters of that Taittiriya Aranyaka, the portions or the lives prior to entry into spirituality, which you have to live or conduct, they are thoroughly, exhaustively spoken. So, that is over. Now, you have to slowly enter into the Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya, Tattva Vidya. While doing so, we have to change entire course of our conviction as well as orientation or way of work or life. It is different. So while saying so, Bhagavan Adishankara himself, as if becoming the Purva Pakshi, raises the question, when we are living our life of variety of karma, through that alone can't we get the moksha? Or can we get moksha without doing anything? These are the two proposals he has. What Bhagavan's answer is, what you are doing earlier, same way if you continue, that will not lead to the Atma Jnana or moksha. At the same time, without doing anything also, Atma Jnana or moksha will not come. Therefore, by doing what we get Atma Jnana and moksha, that we must to do, and whatever doesn't help us in this, we have to withdraw from it. So this is how he is concludingly slowly guiding us. So the way which we were living the life of karma, karmadi in this world. And when we come to spirituality here, the sadhana will be different. यहाँ भी होता है कुछ कर्म, वैसा वाला नहीं. Here mainly the karma to get the sadhana chatushtaya sampada, that can't be called only as karma, but it is more as sadhana. Then the next karma of Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, exclusively you have to involve in them. Then the earlier karmas, whether you call them of the serving the Lord, the serving the society, or doing your own dharma, or helping the people, in all these, where is the topic of Brahma Vidya? Where is the topic of Atma Vidya? On the other hand, there is only the world as reality, there is only the ego that is as a doer, and the consequent karma phala of the worldliness or the material limited things. Only that topic is going on in this, wherein there is no Brahma Vidya topic at all. Therefore, this cannot lead to that. So, you have to convince yourself to withdraw from this and enter into that process of life or sadhana which leads to the mukti giving Brahma Vidya. That is the essence. So, a beautiful discussion, and it's all to sharpen our thinking ability, to sharpen our brain, to be able to pierce through whether the words, advices of others, pierce through our own mind's projections, to see what exactly not to be done and rejected, to see exactly what is to be done and accepted. That sharpness of the mana intellect to understand what qualifies us for the moksha through Brahma Vidya, what doesn't qualify, वो दिमाग में चढ़ने के लिए सारे डिस्कशन. So whatever the question answer, whether Bhagavan Adi Shankara raises or Purva Bakshi, all of them are only to make us more and more subtler, clearer in the understanding of the truth and the path to the truth, and also the falsehood and what is prompting the falsehood of the life. To explain to us, this is our discussion. So here we exhaustively yesterday explained there are the five karmas reduced into the three karma. The five are the Nitya, Naimitika, Kamya, Nishiddha, Prayaschitta. In that Prayaschitta and Naimitika we added in the Nitya. So therefore only three karmas are there. Nitya karma, Kamya and Nishiddha. So by involving in these three, the Brahma Vidya will not come. And also by doing these three and not doing, okay, the sadhanas to be done for Brahma Vidya. If that is not done, then also the Brahma Vidya will not come to us. Okay. Now, how it started? In the 6 chapters, up to 6 chapter, this is what the portions we covered. Now we are entering into Brahma Vidya. This is what Shankara Bhagavan was saying. Then the Purva Pakshi raised the question, can I continue as I was doing and get liberation? Why not? Why can't? That's how the whole introduction of this Upanishad. So, Nityani Adigatani Karmani Upata Durta Kshayarthani. So, all the Nitya Karmas topic is covered, whose purpose is to clear the durita which were upata collected in millions of lives. In so many lives, whatever the Sanchita Karma is collected, to clear of them, the Nitya Karmas are dealt with told. That won't happen in one life, of course. Till they are over, we have to go on taking the births. Along with that, we pursue our Brahma Vidya also. And finally, when that Nitya Karma ke dwara, final all this Upata Karma Kshaya happens, then the truth is revealed to us. And one need not worry about it once you are on the path as to how many lives it takes, etc. Second one is one, Kamyanicha, Kamya Karma is also dealt with. For whom? Phalarthinam. Where? Purvasmin Granthe. In the earlier Grantha, for the Phalarthi Kamya Karma, for those who want to clear the Upata Durtaya, for them the Naiminitya Karma are explained. Oh, now what are you telling now? Idanim Karma Upadana Hetu Pariharaya Brahma Vidya Prastuyate. इदानीम व्हाट इज टॉट ब्रह्म विद्या द प्रस्तुत किया हुआ टॉपिक क्या है ब्रह्म विद्या वाई ब्रह्म विद्या ओनली इन द एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ द ब्रह्म तत्व दैट देयर इज अ मुक्ति फ्रॉम द जीव भाव then how does brahma vidya help you in getting that mukti anubhava because it helps in removing the upadana hetu of the karma. See, the life of doing karma as a karta, giving me the result to enjoy as a bhokta. Karta bhokta is the jiva who, because of his karma and karma phala, continuously getting births in different yonis. That is what every one of us, that is technically called in Shastra as the bandhana or bondage. So freedom from that Janma Marana is called as Mukti. Now, how do you do that? Only when all the causes for the karma which are leading to the birth and Janma, the birth and death, they are removed. That is why ki idanim karma upadana hetu pariharaya brahma vidya prastuyate. So Brahma Vidya will not give us Brahmanubhava or moksha, because Brahmanubhava and moksha is eternally existing thing. But the study of Brahma Vidya and sadhana of Brahma Vidya will remove all the upadana of the karma. In turn, it is called as avidya only. तो ब्रह्म विद्या अविद्या को निकाल देगा. अविद्या से आया हुआ कर्म, कर्म फल, जन्म मरण, all of that goes. Then the Brahma Tattva, which is already there, is revealed or realized. Keep that in mind. So Upanishad is giving Brahma Vidya. Brahma Vidya is removing the upadana hetu of the karma. When the karmas are there, as a karta we do karma, then we get karma phala. For that, more and more janma we have to go on taking. That's called bandhana. Now, exhaustive explanation. How the Brahma Vidya removes the karma hetu. You have to know first of all what is the hetu for the karma. Why you and I are involved in variety of the karmas, and how logically that hetu is removed. Therefore, there is no involvement at all in any karma as a karta. At that quiet and peaceful mind, we can inquire about, therefore, what is the truth in me, what is the truth behind the world. That will lead to the anubhuti of the Brahma Tattva. First we listen, then we do contemplate, when we do meditate. Shravana, Manana, through Nididhyasana, we reach. But to become qualified for Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, to know the truth, the gush and pressure of the karma should be reduced. How do you do? When the cause of karma is eliminated. Is all done not by doing any action. It is all done by the right understanding. The Upanishads give us the right, correct understanding. We have to avoid in that understanding. Automatically, the problems go away. The one by one step. First, karma hetuhu kamaha syatu pravartakatvat. Yesterday we exhaustively saw the hetu for the karma is kama, because the kama puts us pravarta, makes us pravarta in the karma. हमें प्रवर्तक बनाती है. So therefore, as long as one has kamanas, so long one will be doing karma. As long as one is doing karma, he'll get karma phala. Karma phala gives sukha dukkha. Sukhi dukkha is jiva. Jiva is baddha. Then what is beyond this jiva's baddhata of sukhi dukkhi through karma phala in the every janma, result of karma, is the atma vastu, which is eternally there, which is infinitely there. So one will never enter into that field at all of inquiring about his own nature when one is pushed into karma phala through karma by having the kamana behind. So keep these things in mind. Karma hetu kamasyat pravartakatvat. Okay. Now one by one thing. Second point. Apta kamanham hi. Suppose a hypothesis is somebody has fulfilled all desire. Apta kama means all desires are apta fulfilled. Apta kamaha. सारे desire fulfill हो गए. What happens to him? Apta kama ही obviously kama abhave. There is no kama in him. Remember? Therefore, he is not jumping to become a karta and bhokta. At that moment, what is the facility to him? Possibility to him is sa atmani avasthanat. He will establish in atmavastu. When one becomes apta kama, then kama abhavat, there is no jumping into the world. That is the only way where he will establish in swatmani avasthanat, establishing the self. And thereafter, what will happen? Self being happiness, self being blissfulness. There is no need of any work outside. Therefore, pravrutti anupapatti. There is no pravrutti. Therefore, there is no need of a pravrutti means karma again. Getting newer and newer births, because the newer births are given to us as a follow to the pravrutti or karma which we have done. See, And in that, what is not said here but allowed, expected from us to understand by Bhagavan Shankara is it possible for becoming aptakami by going on working in the world to fulfill our kamana? That is a big question is asked. And everybody understands it. With more and more fulfillment of kamana, they are increasing only. They won't go away. That is obvious to any intellectual person who has come up to the Upanishad level. No kamana through fulfillment has ended of any person throughout the history in the past and present and future. कोई एक बंदे का भी कोई भी कामना फुलफिल करके खत्म नहीं हुआ. Only when he has grown out of that, it is gone away. That is obvious. Therefore, apta kamatva is only by growing away beyond the kamana, not by going on fulfilling. Okay, the mind says these 10 kamanas you fulfill. After that, we will not go for any kamana, we will go for Paramatma. But that mind will so intelligently say so. But once you fulfill the 10 kamana, it will bring another set of 10, 20. कि ये भी हम करें, फिर we will go for it. In this way, it goes on creating infinite desires. That's how, if we are not alert, intellectual, we get bound in this type of projection by the mind, and following that, we only become the kami and the karta and the bhokta. He is called jiva. He is called samsari. He is called the one who is exposed to janma marana. Not only janma marana, in between, then all the people, things, situation, then the obligation, the duty, सब मिलकर संसार कहते हैं. Where you are caught up so much, there is no freedom inside you to focus on what we are, to focus on what is the truth, what is reality. उसके लिए मौका ही नहीं मिलता. That's what was happening to us in this very life. Right from childhood till now, we were only extroverted, doing something or the other, prompted by inner some or the other ambitions or kamanas or desires, where we never spared a time to quietly sit and inquire what is the truth, what is the reality, what is the subtlemost reality. कहाँ सोचा हमने? तो ये चलता ही रहेगा as many lives as possible, as long as we have the desires, we are doing the kamana. कोई एंड नहीं होता, हमको एंड लगाना पड़ता है. Now, second one, how the apta kamata comes. When the apta kamata is there, kamanas are gone, mind is quiet. With the quiet mind, you can focus on the self. Self is experienced, it is being infinite bliss. There is no pravrutti, therefore, there is no samsara to him. That is what is the thesis. How the apta kamata is achieved is a very important sadhana. What is that? Atma kamitve apta kamata. Okay. Only when the kamana for the desire is intense, all other kamanas are eliminated. There are two versions. What is that? Have the kamana for the Atma so much consumingly that there is no kamana for anything else is entertained. Clear? Have the kamana for the Atma so much that all other kamanas are postponed or left or not entertained or given up. Now we have so much kamana of the Atmana. Yeah. Discover the Atma by doing the sadhana as told by Shastra. When the Atma is discovered, it being so blissfully infinite, no other desire pops up or crops up in the mind. Because the joy which we get by fulfilling any number of desires, all that Ananda is there in Atmananda. That's what we are going to see. Today we chanted in that Ananda Mimamsa, is it not? Sa eko brahmana ananda shrotriyasya cha kamahadasya. How beautifully we chanted it. So today we have so many kamanas, therefore there is no desire for Atma. Now increase the desire for the Atma so much that all other desires are, let us say, temporarily kept aside. Now pursue this Atma Kama through the Adhyatmic sadhana as told by Guru through Shastra. Through that, discover the Atma first of all in you. What it results is the Atma being blissful infinitely. There is no need of getting any Ananda through any other means. That is felt. Therefore, no desire at all will crop up. Is it not equivalent to the Apta Kamata again? That is how Atma Kama removes the other kama in the beginning, and when the Atma Kamana is fulfilled in the Atma Anubhuti, there never rises a desire for anything else, therefore he is Apta Kama. Main sentence is Atma Kamitve Apta Kamata. Atma Kamitve cha Apta Kamata. It's all proven facts by all the saints. So those sentences are made here statements. We have to realize them in us. The first realization is acceptance of this sentence on the strength of our faith in those gurus. Second is only when we experience the self, we know it is so blissful. No other kamana is required, no karma is required, no thing or being or object or any place or time, कुछ भी जरूरत नहीं, मैं अपने आप में fulfilled हूँ. Like if one is interested in the study of Upanishads and getting the taste of it, for him, all other information, studies, subjects, no more interested. Because इसी में ही इतना आनंद है. Someone who is fully intoxicated in his bhakti to the Lord, prema, the joy is so beautiful, he will find the attachment to other people is only a disturbance later on. Is it not? The one who is involving in the service to the nation or guru or dharma, for him, the involvement for the selfish activities becomes meaningless because he has grown to next level. He is mature to next level. In the same way, when the Atma Kamana is fulfilled in Atma Anubhuti, that being infinite, all the Kamanas get fulfilled in that. Therefore, it's called as Apta Kamatva. So, Atma Kamitve cha Apta Kamata. Now, why is it so? Because Atma hi Brahma. Because the self alone is the infinite Brahma, and Brahma is, it will be told in the second Valli, the first sentence only, Brahma vida apnoti Brahma, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. The Satyam Jnanam Anantam infinite self is Brahma, that is a fulfillment. Your Atma is Brahma, Atma Prapti is Brahma Prapti, Brahma Atma Prapti is Ananda Prapti, Ananda Prapti is equal to Apta Kamata, Apta Kamata is equal to no Kamana, no Kamana is equal to no Karma, no Karma is equal to no Karma Phala, no Karma Phala is equal to no Janma Marana Bandhana, no Jiva Bhava. Apna hi Brahma. Now, tad vidaha hi parapraptim vakshati. In this way, the one who discovers this Brahma Swarupa, who discovers the Atma first and knows that the Atma itself is Brahma, for such person only parapraptim vakshati. The supreme gain is indicated to be gained by that person only who has discovered the Atma as Brahma. What is paraprapti? The chaturtha purushartha, that is liberation from all limitations. Moksha it कहते हैं. Moksha from all limitations, moksha from all conditionings, moksha from all compulsions, moksha from the tadatma with the upadis, which have so many of modifications in that. एक कोई भी बंधन नहीं रहने की स्थिति को मोक्ष कहते हैं, उसी को पर प्राप्ति कहते हैं. That is the result of this. Okay. Atma hi Brahma, tad vidahe bara prapti moksha. You remember why we are studying this topic repeatedly? क्योंकि इसी में सारा मसाला है. इसी में all main Vedantic aspects are there. First, one side, what is the cause of bandhana is saying. Another side, what is the cause of moksha is also saying. The bandhana is because of janma marana. Janma marana because of the karma phala. Karma phala is because of karma. Karma is because of kamana. So kamana leads to bandhana. But you can't be without kamana. But the same kamana you can use for liberation. When the kamana is not for anything else, but only for the Atma. Then the Atma Kamana, when you fulfill through the pursuit of the Atma, as said by the Vedanta, that Atma is found to be Brahma. That is the Paraprapti, that is a moksha, that is infinite bliss. Therefore, the Apta Kamata is felt. Thus, one doesn't enter into the world with any desire to do something, to gain something, to get births again and again. This is how these two things have to be repeatedly thought or discussed. We clearly understand how the kamana leads to bandha. If the kamana is about the world, something else, अनात्म का कामना करो तो बंधन, आत्म काम जो है मोक्ष को देगा. ये we have to be very clear. Now, Atah, therefore, the main sentence. Atah avidya nivruttau swatmani avasthanam parapraptihi. What is the paraprapti you said? It's going to be said in the future. Avidya nivruttau swatmani avasthanam paraprapti. By removing the avidya of the Atma, okay, by the removal of the avidya of the Atma, when we discover and establish in our own Atma, obviously, which is again Brahma, that is called as Paraprapti. And how it looks like after that, there's no fear of any sort. Therefore, Avayam Pratishtam Vindate. In the very same Upanishad, the Paraprapti, the Moksha Prapti, the Brahma Prapti, the Atma Prapti is mentioned like this. As a, what is the way? Abhayam Pratishtam Vindate. He experiences his own establishment in a beautiful experience of fearlessness. And fear comes from the Dvaita, fear comes from Anatma, fear comes from the death, deception, ityadi. They are not there in the Atma, therefore Avayam. Then Etam Anandamaya Atmanam Upakasankramati ityadi Shrutehe. In fact, in that we see the second Valli, eighth Anuvaka, fifth mantra. Etam Anandamayam Atmanam Upasankramati. तदप्येष श्लोको भवति दैट्स हाउ असन्नेव च भवति असत् ब्रह्मेति यद्वेद संतमेनं ततो विदुरुति दैट्स व्हाट वी chanted today also. So these are the two mantras which indicate the great expression of the atmanubhava vyakti. Okay, now from here, yes, what is said should be very clear. Kama karma for karma phala janma marana bandhana. Same kama for the atma. When the atma is discovered, that being Brahma, Brahma being infinitely blissful, it is so fulfilling and satisfied. There is no desire popping up, therefore apta kamata. Therefore there is no kamana, apta kamata ho gaya, to kamana nahi hai, karma nahi hai. On the other hand, if the infinite bliss called as Brahma or Atma is not discovered, then one will have the kamana for something anatma, then that will make him go through various janma to experience those karma phalas. Is it not? In the Atmanubhuti only, the Ananda of anything else which you imagine is included. This is what said in Bhagavad Gita. As you know, the example I'll touch you, you will understand it. All the works which you do in the well in your house, you get them all done in the river also. But some things which in the river you can do, you cannot do in the well in your house. So every karma backed by kamana, when it is done, whatever the karma phala of sukha you get, all of that is like that of the sukha, like that of utility of the water in your well. But the Brahma Ananda is like the utility of the river, in which all the Ananda of the worldliness are there. Brahmanasya Vijanatah. That is a thing comes in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, now Purva Pakshi is a beautiful way of trying to escape from whatever sadhana to be done for a Brahmagnana, and also he is intelligently justifying his own way of karmas. And there he is trying to say that this is I will do. Will it not give me the moksha effortlessly? So you want effortless moksha or you want swarga moksha? Swarga only considers as moksha, or you want to have the ananda through the karma backed by the kamana. सो कामना प्रेरित कर्म से मिलने वाला सुख चाहिए मुझे, या स्वर्ग वाला सुख चाहिए मुझे, या बिना आध्यात्मिक साधना किए हुए सुख चाहिए मुझे. So the Guru Maharaj here is putting himself is the Purva Pakshi, no? By putting it and answering, he is rejecting all the three. What are the three rejections will be done? Swarga is not moksha. Without doing the due sadhana for the Atma Brahma Jnana, that will not come, therefore moksha will not be there. And when you are caught up as you are so far in variety of karma, either prompted by the kamana or niskama, they will not give you moksha. Moksha is given only by gaining the Atma Vidya, in which the avidya is removed. Okay, we have to be strong in these few things. Then only we will pursue the right direction and we reach the correct result. Now, what he is saying is, these three karmas are there, no? Nitya karma, Kamya karma, and Nishiddha karma. I will manage these three and dissolve these three. Then will not be the Atma obvious? Is it not? Will not be the Atma effortless? Guru says no. After doing these three, you have to do the effort for the Paramatma. Secondly, you are saying कि I'll manage these three. Will they not be effortful? How can you do it without effort? एफर्ट तो है उसमें भी, अब बिना एफर्ट की बात आप कह नहीं सकते. So trying to explain that. Let's see. Purva Pakshi. What is that? Kamya Pratisiddhayoho Anarambhat. So Kamya Karma, Prasiddha Karma. Pratisiddha Karma is prohibitory action. As per the Shastra, we are told not to do these karmas, depending on Varnashram also, depending on the spiritual sadhana also. They are called Nishiddha Karma or Pratisiddha Karma or prohibitory action. Should not be done. इन दैट ऑल द झूठ बोलना, धोखा देना, ये सब आ जाता है. देन फ्रॉम द वेदांत स्टैंड माइंड द प्रतिषिद्ध कर्मस आर ऑल दो कर्म which make us identify with the upadhis. I am explaining only the word pratisiddha karma. Like for a person who want to be healthy, he is prone for these diseases, that disease come from this food, so the doctor says वो खाना तुम्हारे लिए प्रतिषिद्ध है. Like that generally, very much temperature 106 है. No, you can't have ठंडा ठंडा पानी to take bath. That is a pratisiddha for you. So there are so many prohibitory actions that we should not do. Here the Purva Pakshi says, I have given up pratisiddha karma and I have given up kamya also. So kamya pratisiddhayoho anarambhat. I gave up them, I am not starting. This is point one. Sir, which is very difficult to do, but he is saying to defeat the philosophy of the Vedanta Acharya, he says, suppose मैंने स्टार्ट ही नहीं किया काम्य और प्रतिषिद्ध का, तो वन थर्ड इज सॉर्टेड आउट. सेकंड वन इज वन आरब्धस्य च उपभोगेन क्षयातु. And whatever the prarabdha karma, I will go through that upabhoga without any reaction. Therefore, उसका भी क्षय हो रहा है. Kamya, Nishiddha, I am not starting. So to that extent, that disturbance is gone. Prarabdha, nobody can do anything. So I am doing the upabhoga of it, by which the prarabdha is becoming kshaya. Prarabdha means all the karma phalas which are fructified to yield result, with which we are born in the mother's womb. Till death, what continuously pushes are the phala of whatever the karma we have done, which is named as prarabdha. When that prarabdha is over, that life is over. Then as many सचित में वाकई अभी संस्कार हैं, कर्म फल है, whatever are fructified, to fulfill them, whichever the yoni is fit for us, there we are sent. It can be both. A dog after finishing its life, suddenly it can be born as human. बिकॉज डॉग का संस्कार खत्म हो गए, ह्यूमन बीइंग की अभी फ्रक्टिफाइड है, ही इज बॉर्न एज ह्यूमन, दैट जीवा इनसाइड. So to a jiva who is finishing his human life, he can be born as buffalo if his predominant samskaras are that. That is whichever are there in Sanchita. Now he says, I have dropped Kamya Nishiddha. Very good. Prarabdha, I am going through Upabhoga, and by that it is Kshaya, destroyed, or it will go away. Do okay. Third one, Nitya Anushthanena. I am doing my Nitya Karma, whatever the duty Shastra told me. And because of that, Pratyavaya Abhavat. Very important technical word in Shastra is Pratyavaya. Pratyavaya is a dosha, shortcoming, which will have its own negative result of dukkha. What is that shortcoming or dosha which gives dukkha, which is called pratyavaya? It is called sin of omission. What is sin of omission? Not doing what we are supposed to do. And when that is done, there is no reward given. There is no award given. करने से कोई अवार्ड नहीं देंगे, बट नहीं करने से वो दोष होता है. दैट सिन ऑफ ओमिशन को प्रत्यवाय दोष कहते हैं. Every day there are so many things. Like when you take bath or wash teeth, ये सारे नित्य कर्म है, हमको करना पड़ता है, नहीं करोगे तो द प्रत्यवाय दोष ऑफ द बॉडी बिकमिंग डिसीज्ड एंड ऑल दैट विल हैपन. Sin of omission, like the children are taken care by parents. That is their dharma. When they do it, they are not given any awards. But they don't do that, that becomes pratyavaya dosh. Because they are supposed to do it. जो करना है उसको नहीं करने से जो दोष होता है उसको प्रत्यवाय करते हैं. सो आई एम डूइंग नित्यानुष्ठान. सो नित्यानुष्ठान कर रहा हूं. देयर sin of omission is not there to me. So Nityanushtana has removed sin of omission, went through prarabdha and it got kshaya. Kamya Nishiddha, I am not at all starting. So Nishiddha karma, Kamya karma, Nitya karma and prarabdha. All cleared. Okay. Therefore, ayatnatah eva sa atmani avasthanam. Then without any effort, I can establish in my own self, then moksha will come to me. So, I need not study Vedanta or Upanishads or do any inquiry or vicharana. Without that, by managing this karma, effortlessly I will get moksha. This is what will be answered by Shankara Bhagavan in the Siddhanta. His point we are understanding, Purupakshis. He puts up the another proposal. Athava or Niritashayaya Pritehe Swarga Shabdavachyayaha कर्म हेतुत्वात् कर्मभ्य एव मोक्ष इति चेत. सेकंड ऑप्शन इज कि निरतिशयायाः प्रीतेः, that which is very pleasing all the time to everyone. The thought of itself makes him so happy. What is that niratishaya preeti everybody has in called as swarga shabda vachyayaha? That experience of swarga, which when heard by people itself, they love it so much. Because in the Swarga, so many of Sukha, Bhoga are freely given without any bill to be paid. Therefore, everybody is feeling pleased even to listen about it and will long to go there. And then, because of this so much of Sukha there in Swarga, we have Niratishaya Preeti for it. Second is what? Sukha itself is moksha generally. Therefore, that type of beautiful Sukha giving Swarga itself is moksha. So, in his words, in the second proposition, so, Swarga has got so much of Ananda. Ananda is equal to moksha. Therefore, reaching to the Swarga Ananda is equal to moksha. Point 1. 2. That Swarga Rupi moksha, which is his version, which will be rejected by the Guru. His version of moksha of Swarga. That Swarga is gained by only the karma of the Yajnayaga. Therefore, I will involve in the Yajnayaga and get the moksha called as Swarga. So either I get the moksha Swarga or I'll get ayatnataha moksha by dropping kamya nishiddha, by going through prarabdha and by involving in nitya karma to avoid all the pratyavaya dosh. These two are the things which work in our mind sometime. What is Vedanta and all? Let's do punya and go to Sarga. It is so blissful. और नित्य नैमित्य को काम्य निश्चित को छोड़ दो, then प्रारब्ध को झेलो, keep on doing nitya karma, then we are moksha. That he was thinking. But I tell you, what's the flaw in that? In his all discussion, the prasanga of the Sarva Vyapaka Paramatma is not at all brought. Why all this happening? Because he is so much insistent in his mind with karma, possessed by that karma. There is some self to achieve which there is another process. That thought will not come to him. Such people are always obsessed by the karma chakra. छोड़ नहीं सकते वो लोग. And any topic you talk to them, they will bring that only again. Like everyone was also obsessed and possessed by some concepts. Whichever we tell contradictory to that, we go back to that only. So this Purva Pakshi is a karma kandi. उनको कुछ ना कुछ कर्म में फंसा ही रहना. Is rajoguni. He will talk only that language of this type of karmas or laziness. Okay. He will not understand the importance of the tattva revealing karma of Shamadamadi as well as Shravana Manana Nididhyasana. Okay. Now Siddhanti, he says, Na what you said is not right. So there one is main sentence answer, then it is explained. What is the main sentence? संग्रह वाक्य. देखो तुम इतना इजीली उसको निकाल रहे हो कि आई विल फिनिश दी व्हाट डू कॉल नित्य कर्म करके प्रत्यवाय दोष आई विल अवॉइड, काम्य निषिद्ध कर्म आई विल ड्रॉप इट, एंड प्रारब्ध के द्वारा आई विल एग्जॉस्ट वॉट एवर द संचित कर्म इज देयर, देन आरब्ध से उपयोगेन क्षयात, मैं खत्म करूंगा तो मोक्ष मिलेगा. भगवान सेज मेन आंसर इज कर्म अनेकत्वात्. It is not so easy for exhausting all your karma in one life or so easily as you mentioned in one sentence. Because the karma vasanas or karma samskara or the karma done in the past or the karma which is ready to fructify and give us result, they are aneka. What is the anekata of the karma, etc.? The detail he will tell. First, anekani hi arabdha phalani anarabdha phalani cha aneka janmantara krutani viruddha phalani karmani sambhavanti. Let us focus our mind to catch this point. Aneka karma. That aneka karma are mainly classified into two. One is arabdha, second is anarabdha. The arabdha karma in our general language we talk it as prarabdha karma, which start from entering into the womb of mother will end when the body is dropped and die. That's called arabdha karma. You add pra to that, it becomes prarabdha karma. But they are not the only karmas which we have in our pocket. अपने संचय थैली में we have so many anarabdha karma are there. They are called as sanchita karma. And remember, these sanchita karma, which are in our own account, are gained in so many hundreds and thousands of earlier lives. That is what he says. Aneka janmantara krutani. Okay? Aneka janmantara krutani. So many anarabdhani are there, out of which some arabdhani only you are living in this life. So, when you say by going through prarabdha, I will exhaust the prarabdha karma, that is okay. But what about the sanchita karma, which is gained from millions of lives? उसको एक जन्म में थोड़े आप साफ कर सकते हो. Clearly, be careful. And second point, what is this is कि the संचित कर्म में जो कर्म है, they are विरुद्ध फलानि कर्माणि संभवन्ति. Viruddha, they are contradictory, so that in one life they cannot be gone through. Let us say in Sanchita Karma, you have the phala to be enjoyed as flying in the sky as well as swimming in the water. No, you can't do both of them in one life, because to fly in the sky, you have to be born as a bird. A fish cannot fly in the sky. And also to swim in the water, you cannot be any of the bird, you have to be fish only. Now, in your Sanchita, both opposite things are there. How can they be achieved in one life? पहले मछली बनो, फिर वो पानी में चलने वाला प्रारब्ध खत्म करो, then you die and born as bird, then you can fly. Is it not? Like any such example, viruddha phala. Like a jiva has a karma phala that he'll have to give birth to a child. And that jiva in this life born as man. He cannot do that. It is a viruddha karma. Therefore, he definitely will have to die and is born as a woman. Then his karma phala of that giving birth to the child is fulfilled. This is called as viruddha karma. Two examples I gave you, the bird and fish as well as the man and woman. Understood? सो विरुद्ध है और अनेक जन्मों से संचित है. हाउ कैन यू इमेजिन दैट दे ऑल कैन बी एग्जॉस्टेड इन वन लाइफ थ्रू प्रारब्ध? You are not given them first of all. Only in this 78 years, whatever can be exhausted, those prarabdha only you come across. That doesn't mean that with that the account is clear. In the Sanchita, you have so many lives accumulated, the karmas. Therefore, your proposal of मैं ऐसा कर दूंगा वैसा कर दूंगा वो उतना आसान नहीं है. That's what he is saying. Doesn't mean he is accepting so many lives you have to go through. वो फिर बाद में बताएंगे आत्मज्ञान के विषय. First you have to answer the follies which are there in this fellow, the Purva Pakshi. He is addressing, first of all, the Arabdha karma. And what is he doing there? Arabdha is a part of Sanchita Karma. So much of Sanchita Karma is there, that also Viruddha Phalwala. In one life it cannot end. Therefore, प्रारब्ध मैं खत्म करूंगा फिर शांत होऊंगा आत्मा मिल जाएगा वो प्रारब्ध खत्म ही होगा फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल as long as संचित are there you are pushed into births etc. One thing is this. Now, anekani arabdha phalani, anarabdha phalani cha. One point, aneka janmantara krutani. Second point, viruddha phalani karmani sambhavanti. Okay, yeah. Then, ataha, therefore, teshu anarabdha phalanam. Of those so many of the anarabdha phala, they are technically called as sanchita karma. जो फ्रैक्टिफाई होना स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ जो हुआ फ्रैक्टिफाई स्टार्ट दैट इज ऑल कॉल्ड प्रारब्ध which we go through from birth till death. We are talking about the phala to experience as a result of the karma done in the outer past life. So you have done 2000 karma. So 2000 karma phala you have to experience. Among them, some 100 karmas or the karma phala are given. For that sake, a particular body is given, human or animal, whatever it may be, you are going through. But remaining 2000 में 100 गया तो now 1900 है. And while living, you may add more also. That depends. So what he's saying is a very important point. Ataha teshu anarabdha phalanam. Of so many anarabdha phala which were accumulated in so many lives and also they are viruddha to each other. Ekasmin janmani upabhoga kshaya asambhavatu. In one life, all of that cannot be upabhoga. You cannot. There is no any yoni or equipment or a jiva or the deha adi where all the karma kshaya happens in one go. Karma kshaya of the sanchita. That's why we said because the quantity is so big as well as they are viruddha. Because of that, all sanchita can not exhaust in one lifespan. So अतः तेषु अनारब्ध फलानाम एकस्मिन् जन्मनि उपभोग क्षय असंभवात्. Then what happens? शेष कर्म निमित्त शरीरारंभ उपपत्ति. The remaining कर्म का फल एग्जॉस्ट करने के लिए नया शरीर उसको दिया ही जाता है. शेष कर्म निमित्त शरीर आरंभ उपपत्ति. You will definitely thrown into another body where some more karmas are exhausted. Therefore, you can't just directly say that you are liberated from them by saying that I will go through the prarabdha, it is over. ऐसा मत सोच, तुम बहुत superficially बात कर रहा है. In the sanchita, so many are there forcing you and I, the jiva, to take up various deha. It's not so easy as you say. Another point which Shankara Bhagavan did not add, we can add is how much ever you think you are a sadhaka, knowingly or unknowingly, through the hankara, whatever is done, again it gets added into the sanchita. They are called agami actually. Always remember the meaning of these three karmas. First to be understood sanchita karma. Means one, from millions of life, whatever the karma are done, those phala which we are supposed to get through, that all are put in a bank balance called as sanchita. Among them, whatever are fructified, whatever are ready for expression, for them to express a jivana even given. In that jivana from the birth to death, whatever are the portion of sanchita karma are given here, they are called as prarabdha karma. So prarabdha is a subset of sanchita. Then while going through prarabdha karma, you are an intelligent, decent guy, you have the mind, intellect, you want to achieve this or that, you do the action, which are not in the sanchita place, which are not prarabdha. But what are you doing? You are adding newer and newer karma phala by newer and newer karma. That's called as agami. Agami because आगे इसका फल होएगा with reference to the present doing. Okay, but once we die, the agami enters into the sanchita only. From that only prarabdha is given in every life. Or every life is given to exhaust one, some or the other prarabdha. Therefore, in one life you cannot finish all sanchita. whatever are possible that you are finishing through prarabdha, okay, but it won't give you moksha, because for the exhaustion of remaining karma, newer and newer dehas are to be given. Therefore, shesha karma nimitta sharira aramba upati. For the remaining karma to exhaust, new sharira. It can be anything. एक चिपकली हो सकता है, कछुआ हो सकता है, कुछ भी, depending on what karma we have. Now, second one is karma shesha sadbhava siddhecha. What is mean one? When this karma shesha is there, sadbhava means deha will definitely be given. You can never avoid. जब तक कर्म शेष है तब तक देह तो देता ही रहेंगे हमको भगवान या प्रकृति, दैट हमको उसके द्वारा वो कर्म को फिनिश करते ही जाना पड़ेगा. नो तद्देह रमणीय शरणाः ततः शेषेण इत्यादि श्रुति स्मृति शतेभ्यः. So, so tadyaiha ramaniya charanaha means one. Those who have done lot of punya karma, they are born with such a path, such a movement that they will be ramaniya, they will be enjoying. So punya karma ka phal ko यहाँ चांदेव उपनिषद said this sentence. Bhagavan Shankara is used for quotation. So to tata sheshena iti. Sheshen tata sheshena means because of the remaining residue asanas. Therefore, he is sent to that loka, this loka. It comes in आपस्तंभ धर्म सूत्र पोर्शन. इन दैट्स में श्रुति स्मृति कोट करके हमको क्या बता रहे कि टू एग्जॉस्ट द कर्म फल ऑफ द संचिता we have to go on getting the bodies only. Therefore, your proposal that सारे कर्म क्षय हो जाएगा by all these four things effortlessly I can experience आत्मा and मुक्ति वो ऐसा नहीं है. तो काम्य निषिद्धा he dropped by dropping them. Prarabdha he says I am going through. And I am avoiding the pratyavaya dosha by doing nitya karma. All what he said is right. What he missed was the sanchita karma. Shankara Bhagavan adding that word and saying, you may think like this, but in your past sanchita karma, so many karma phala are there, you deserve to get them. So in time they go on expressing. And for that you have to get so many janma. Why? Because the samskaras are so many karma phala that one life they cannot go through, and also they are viruddha phala. So therefore, as long as the vasanas are there, samskaras are there, karma phala has to be experienced by us, so long the janma marana samsara cannot be avoided. This is the conclusion of it. Now, Purva Pakshi says कि इष्टानिष्ट फलानाम अनराब्धानाम क्षयार्थानि नित्यानि इति चेत. See, when I am doing nitya karma, it should be exhausting all the anarabdha sanchita karma, no? That is what. Ishta anishta artham, ishta anishta phalanam. इष्ट फल ही सुख, अनिष्ट फल दुख. सुख दुख के रूप में आने वाले संचित कर्म फल जो होता है अनारब्धा नाम, उसी को अनारब्ध कहा. क्षयार्थानि नित्यानि चेत. by involving the nitya karma, I will exhaust all the anarabdha karma which you call as sanchita karma, in which there the ishtanishta phala है. इष्टानिष्ट फल देने वाले संचित कर्मों को जो अभी आरब्ध नहीं हुआ उसको मैं नित्य कर्म के द्वारा सफा कर दूंगा. दैट इज व्हाट इज पॉइंट. इष्टानिष्ट फलानाम अनारब्धानाम क्षयार्थानि नित्यानि चैति चेत. उसी के लिए तो नित्य कर्म है. सो क्षय हो जाएगा. नो, सिद्धांत से नो. वही अकरणे प्रत्यवाय श्रवणात्. अकरणे प्रत्यवाय श्रवणात् मीन्स when nitya karma are not done, that will lead to pratyavaya dosha, sin of omission. So, to avoid the pratyavaya dosha, the nitya karma is done better. The nitya karma has no role to play to exhaust the sanchita karma. See, remember this very subtle thought. The nitya karma, when you do, you are not given any reward. But if you don't do, when you don't do them, then there will be sin of omission, a punishment will come. This nitya karma will not exhaust your entire sanchita karma. He is asking that point. By following the nitya karma, can't I finish the ishtanishta rupi anarabdha karma? He says, no, akarane pratyavaya sharona. Means, purpose of nitya karma is to avoid the pratyavaya dosha. Other than that, there is no other benefit with the Nitya Karmas. Especially this benefit of what you proposed, removal of Sanchita Karma, Nitya Karma se nahi hota ho. Remember, you are doing your own Nitya Karma of taking care of yourself and Naukari. How will it exhaust Sanchita Karma? ये नहीं करोगे तो प्रत्यवाय दोष होगा, वो अवॉइड करने के लिए नित्य कर्म है. Not for exhausting. Now, explanation is pratyavaya shabdo hi anishta vishayah. First of all, the pratyavaya dosha is not liked by us because the sin of omission will give us dukkha. Now, nitya akarana nimittasya. The one who is not doing the nitya karma, pratyavayasya, to him is hooked on to his pratyavaya. What is that? Dukkha rupasya. And कब होगा ये? आगामिनः. परिहारार्थानि, to remove that नित्यानि इति अभ्युपगमात् न अनारब्ध फल कर्म क्षयार्थानि. सो अनारब्ध कर्म फल का क्षय के लिए नित्य नहीं है. नित्य कर्म आगामी में प्रत्यवाय दोष अवॉइड करने के लिए. Very clear it is. Again I will read you. Pratyavaya shabdo hi anishta vishayaha. Then that pratyavaya comes because of what? Nitya akarana nimittasya pratyavayasya dukkha rupasya. Because it's going to give dukkha. आगामिना परार्थानि. To avoid that आगामी में होने वाले दुख को नित्यानि, नित्य कर्म हमको दिया गया है. इति अभिभगतामात न अनारब्ध फल कर्म क्षयार्थम क्षयार्थानि. तो अनारब्ध कर्म फल को क्षय करने के लिए नित्य कर्म नहीं है. So to exhaust the anarabdha karma, you have to get so many bodies only. Okay, there the Siddhanta says. Very interesting logic. चलो, for the sake of argument or acceptance, हम मान ले कि नित्य कर्म clear से अनारब्ध कर्म. Now अनारब्ध कर्म has two, no, good and bad. So who is the one who wants to get freed from the result of the good karma? अरे वो तो किया ही हो सुख पाने के लिए ना. Is it not? Therefore, what can probably the Nitya Karma do is, whatever the Dukkha Rupa Anarabdha Karma hai, usko nikal sakte honge, not Sukha Rupa. Why? Because these are not opposite to each other. That's what he says. Now, Yadi Nama is in case, if at all. For your sake, if I accept, no problem. What is that? Anarabdha Karma Kshayarthani Nityani Karmani. अनारब्ध कर्म को क्षय करने के लिए नित्य कर्म ऐसे मान भी लो, तथापि even then अशुद्धमेव क्षपयेयुः न शुद्धम. The अशुद्ध कर्म फल only will be removed by the nitya karma, not शुद्धम. Why so? विरोधा भावात्. Because the शुद्ध karma which is going to give sukha, why will it be contradicted by the nitya karma that the nitya karma is removing that? कोई सुख को छोड़ना थोड़ी चाहते हैं, नहीं ना. शुद्ध रूपत्वात् नित्य ही विरोध न उपपद्यते. व्हाई इज इट सो? न ही इष्टफलस्य कर्मणः शुद्ध रूपत्वात् नित्य ही विरोध उपपद्यते. वी लाइक द कर्म फल ऑफ द शुभ कर्म ना. वी वांट टू एंजॉय इट, देयरफॉर द नित्य कर्म विल नॉट रिमूव देम. अशुभ कर्म का फल दुख है, वी डोंट वांट इट. सो इफ एट ऑल यू यूज नित्य कर्म टू रिमूव only the ashuddha karma phala it will remove. Shuddha karma ka phala it cannot remove because it's not contradictory. Therefore, to enjoy that shuddha karma phala also, you have to be reborn. Therefore, moksha is not there. Moksha means freedom from bandhana, janma and marana. Na? So therefore he says, शुद्धा शुद्ध यो ही विरोध युक्त. अरे भाई, एक शुद्ध एक अशुद्ध हो तो दोनों में विरोध होता है. दोनों शुद्ध है तो विरोध नहीं है. शुद्ध कर्म उसका फल सुख है और नित्य कर्म सुख है. ये दोनों एक दूसरे को कैंसिल नहीं करते. Is it not? Only ashuddhi will be removed. What about then shuddha karma phala? That's what I am saying now. For that sake, you have to take the births. When you take the birth, you are bound. The mukti is freedom from janma marana. Now, the next topic is very essential. He explained from his standpoint. अब अपने तरफ से बता रहे. थोड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग है, ध्यान से सुनना है, गंभीर. सब बनाकर हम थोड़ा उसका एसेंस भी बताएंगे, so that you get an idea of what was discussed. Okay, that's how this the for one or two page there. Nacha कर्म हेतूनाम कामानाम ज्ञान अभावे निवृत्ति असंभवात अशेष कर्म क्षय उपपत्ति. देखा, व्हाट एन इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. व्हाट इज दैट? कर्म हेतु जो काम ऑलरेडी बताया ना, ज्ञान अभावे निवृत्ति असंभवात. If the Atma Jnana has not come, the kamanas which are hetu of the karma will never go completely. Therefore, Ashesha Karma Kshaya Upavati na. The removal of the all the Sanchita Karma is a wrong proposal. It will not happen because the entire Karma Kshaya will happen when the Kamana goes away. And the Kamana goes away only in the Jnana Prapti of Atma. आत्मज्ञान से ही कामना का जाने से ही सारे कर्म खत्म होते हैं. सो न च कर्म हेतु नाम कामानाम ज्ञान अभावे निवृत्ति असंभवात अशेष कर्म क्षय उपपत्ति. Because you didn't have the jnanam of the Atma being blissful self and you want to be happy, then the kamana will come, then you do the karma according to kama. When the kama karma does, the karma phala will come for the sake of karma phala. You will have to get another body. Simple it is. When you have Atma Jnana, Kamanas have ended, karma you are not doing, karma phala is not due to you, you will not get the Janma Marga. But you have not got the infinite Atma Anubhava, but you want to be happy, every Jiva want to be happy only. Therefore, you have a desire. Depending on what object or what pleases you, you do the karma. Karma leads to karma phala in the form of Janma Marga. So, here it is Vedanti's point. The Karma Kandi's point was dealing only with the karma discussion. He did not talk about Atma or Jnanam. Vedanti or Siddhanti is adding here, oh my dear friend, you have missed my point only. What is my point? Without Atma Jnana, the Kamana will not go, which is the root of karma. Because Atma only is Brahma. Atma Kamitva is Apta Kamitvam. Brahma being infinitely blissful. What was said in the earlier paragraph. Remember that. Yaad rakhna hai. So, न च कर्म हेतु नाम कामानाम ज्ञान अभावे निवृत्ति असंभवात् अशेष कर्म क्षय उपपत्ति न संभवति. नेक्स्ट वन, अनात्मविदः हि कामः अनात्म फल विषयत्वात्. Only those who don't know the self, therefore identify the upadhis, they will get the desires related to the upadhis. And those desires are again of the outer object which is other than the self. So I am the pure self, but I have forgotten myself. I am identifying with the Dehadi. Then to fulfill the needs of Dehadi, some desires of the outer world are always entertained by the person. So Anatma Vidaha, the one who has not known the self, Kamaha, of what? Anatma Phala Vishayatvat. You will have only desire for Anatma. Now, Swa Atma Nicha Kama Anupatihi. And in your own self, there is no desire. Why? Nitya Praptitvatu. Interesting point. In that which is already gained, there is no desire. And what is already gained is the self. Therefore, desire for self is only the jignasa to know the self. It is not that I am not the self now, that I do something and I get myself. Though in the beginning say the desire to know the self is Shubhecha, later on, logically, to the self, the desire is invalid because you will have desire only for the thing which is not prapta. अप्राप्त वस्तु के लिए कामना होती है कि नहीं? Already प्राप्त, how will you have? You will not have a desire for the own house because you already have it. You may have the desire for the furniture infrastructure because that is not there with you. So Atma Prapta ho, so Atma cha kama anupapati because Nitya Praptitvat. Therefore, Swayam cha Atma Parabrahma iti Uktam. Already we have told you the Atma is Parabrahma. That is infinitely blissful it is. So what is said in this paragraph is कि कर्म हेतु जो कामना है without jnana that cannot be removed. Therefore, the karma samskaras will be there, put you in the janma marana. Then who will have not only that, when you have not known the self, you are in the not self identity, it will go on creating the kamanas of the world, you will go on adding. So he is telling clearly, if you know the Atma, it is already your own self, therefore all kamanas and infinite bliss. If you are not knowing yourself as self, you are identified by the upadhis. With the upadhi identification, you will have kamana for the worldly things. When you have the kamana, you will end up in doing karma. So you will be always in the avidya kama karma granthi. न च कर्म हेतूनां कामानां ज्ञानाभावे निवृत्ति असंभवात् अशेष कर्म क्षयो भवति ही अनात्मविद ही कामः अनात्मफल विषयत्वात् स्व आत्मनिजि काम अनुभवति ही नित्य प्राप्तित्वात् स्वयं च आत्मा परम ब्रह्म इति उक्तम्. So what actually therefore is to be done? By the Upanishadic way, already existing Atma Vastu, which is Brahma, therefore which is infinitely blissful, we have to discover and abide in that. That's called Mukti. Mukti from what? For every bondage. In case this is not understood or done, whatever else you do, you are as a jiva doing a karma to get the karma phala, you will never have liberation. So in technical words, if you say, it is like that. आत्म विद्या के द्वारा आत्म अविद्या निकालने के बाद ही मोक्ष होएगा. आत्म विद्या नहीं है तो आत्म अविद्या से अपने आप को यू टेक एज जीवा, देन उपाधि, देन द कामना, then the karma, then the karma phala. For the fulfillment of karma phala, the janma marana, it goes on. By the Atma Vidya, which is the theme of the Upanishads. When the avidya of Atma is removed, you are liberated. If that is not done, the language is like this Purva Pakshi. हमेशा दिमाग कुछ भी पाना है, कुछ भी करना है. इन आत्मवस्तु ऐसा कुछ करने का पाने का नहीं है. ऑलरेडी पाया हुआ वस्तु को जानने और जानने के लिए जो कर्म करने हैं, श्रवण मननम, दैट्स ओके. That is not a karma like the other karma which leads to karma phala. Is it not? See, when I am doing a job, I get salary. So that is different karma. But the karma of the Shravana Manna is not like that job. Though it's also karma. These are removing the avidya. That type of result it comes. Therefore, you cannot compare both of them. Though, here also you have to put effort. Atma Anubhava is not freely, forgottly available. You have to do Shravana Manna Nididhyasana. तभी जाकर होगा, नहीं तो नहीं मिलेगा अपने आप. But this karma is not like that karma, and that karma you hold on, you can't come to this one. That karma means the worldly desire oriented karma. So that's what he said here. Now, the third point is that no, कि नित्य कर्म का क्यों नहीं उसके द्वारा संचित कर्म का सफाई नहीं होता, उसको आंसर कर रहे हैं. हाँ, कि नित्यानाम च अकरणम अभावः ततः प्रत्यवाय अनुभवति ही इति अतः पूर्व उपचित दुरितेभ्यः प्राप्यमानायाः प्रत्यवाय क्रियायाः नित्य अकरणं लक्षणम् इति अकुर्वन् विहितं कर्म इति शतुः न अनुभवति अन्यथा अभावात् भाव उत्पत्तिः इति सर्व प्रमाण व्याकोपः इति अतः अयत्नतः स्व आत्मनि अवस्थानम् इति अनुपपन्नम्. It's a very sublime, very deep, interesting thought. One by one we will see. Nityanam cha akaranam. If you are not doing the nitya karma, that not doing is called as abhava. It is an absence. And not doing is an abhava only. Nitya karma ko nahi karo to. No, tataha, what is the result of that? Pratyavaya anupapattihi. If you don't do the nitya karma, there is a pratyavaya dosha, which we already explained. Nitya karma nahi kiya, to pratyavaya dosha aaya hai. Now, iti ataha, in this way, पूर्व उपचित दुरितेभ्यः प्राप्यमानायाः प्रत्यवाय क्रियायाः नित्य अकरणं लक्षणम् इति. It's a very interesting thing. Means what? The pratyavaya dosha comes. Why? Because nitya ka nahi kiya tumne. But why didn't you do the nitya karma? The nitya karma is not done because what is said here is पूर्व उपचित दुरितेभ्यः प्राप्यमानायाः प्रत्यवाय क्रियायाः नित्य akaranam. When there is some purva upachita durita, very interesting, try to listen. The earlier collected some durita, the wrong merit or sinful thing is there, which is not allowing you to do the nitya karma now, which is leading to the pratyavaya dosha. I have to do my nitya karma so that pratyavaya is avoided. If I am not doing the nitya karma, I am getting the pratyavaya doshas enough omission, which will be in some other dukkha rupa. But why I am not doing nitya karma? We should be done effortlessly. No, उसका आंसर दे रहे पूर्व उपचित दुरितेभ्य प्राप्यमाणायाः. In the past you have collected some durita. What is it doing now? प्रत्यवाय क्रियायाः नित्य अकरणम. सो जो प्रत्यवाय दोष को अवॉइड करने वाला नित्य कर्म को करने नहीं देता हो इति लक्षणम इति. सो अकुर्वन् विहितं कर्म इति. This is what in the Manusmriti a sentence comes. That he is forced by something of the past because which he is not doing the nitya karma, and there he is entering into the pratyavaya dosham. Now, anyatha abhavat bhava utpattihi iti sarva pramana vyakopaha iti. सो अकर्ण से अभाव से भाव उत्पत्ति का दोष यहाँ प्रकट होगा. अतः अप्रयत्न था स्व आत्मनिवस्थान अनुपन्नम. Therefore, without doing the prayatna of study of Shastra and contemplating on the truth, without ever the Paramatma will come, that will not be acceptable. You have to do sadhana, whatever is to be done, is to be done. सर ठीक है, बट व्हाट अबाउट माय अनदर पॉइंट? पूर्व पक्षी से सर यच्च उक्तम निरतिशय प्रीतेः स्वर्ग शब्द वाच्यायाः कर्म निमित्तत्वात् कर्म आरब्धः एव मोक्ष इति. The निरतिशय प्रीति is there for the karma, for the swarga sukha for all of us, and it is almost as good as moksha. Yeah, you call it moksha only. And that happens through the variety of karma which give us swarga, which are said in the Shastra only. So why not start those karmas and get swarga and get mukti? Why your karma of Shravana Manan Nididhyasana? इस इधर आना नहीं चाहता है वो या स्वर्ग करे या इस काम कर्मों में फंस जाए. इज थिंकिंग ओनली इज पोसेस्ड सो मच वर्ड दैट quietly remaining and using the intellect and analyzing the atma anatma, that he is not interested. You and I only is nobody other than us only, the purva paksh. हमको हमेशा खुजली होता है कुछ तो करो कुछ तो पाओ कुछ तो करो. सेम थिंग वी अप्लाई इन द आत्मवस्तु ऑल्सो. कुछ करना है यहाँ कुछ पाना है. द आंसर इज व्हाट? यहाँ भी कुछ करना है कुछ पाना है, बट नॉट लाइक दैट करना. यहाँ क्या करना है? क्वाइटन योर सेल्फ एंड डू द कॉन्टेम्पलेशन. एंड क्या पाना है? द सेल्फ. एंड देयर व्हाट इज टू बी सोचना है सम अदर रिजल्ट. फॉर दैट यू हैव टू प्लान द कर्म एंड डू द कर्म एंड गेट इट. इसका उसका जमीन आसमान का फर्क. So what is the answer given to the Guru here? Yacha uktam nirtishe pritehe swarga shabdavachayaha karma nimittatvat karma arabdha eva moksha iti chet. The Siddhanta says na. Why? Siddhanta कहते नित्यत्वात् मोक्षस्य. Now very beautiful topic. See, मोक्ष जो आनंद है अनुभव है, it is not created. It is already eternally existing. I am the self. When I discover it, I get liberated from the not self. Yeah. But that I am the self is not created thing. I am always the self. There was no time that I was not the self. So mokshasya nityatvatu. So swarga is the such result. When you do karma, it will come. When you don't karma, it will not come. Swarga is not eternal. Is it not? Mokshasya nityatvat. Now, nahi nityam kinchid arabhyate loke. And there is no beginning done for something which is already there. जो नित्य वस्तु है उसको पाने के लिए क्या करना है भाई? ऑलरेडी प्राप्त है वो. Now wherever some beginning happens, यदि आरब्धम, whichever a beginning has, आरब्ध means cause, आरब्ध means an action done. So whatever then action done to gain something, when the action ends, the result also ends. The self is eternally there. You need not start the self. For that sake, you need not do something. Therefore, the difference between Ananda of the Swarga and the Moksha, Atma Ananda is, Swarga is not Prapta Vastu. So you have to do karma and reach it. And when that karma is over, it ends also. But Atma is Nitya Vastu. Neither not doing any karma will not take it away, nor doing any karma will give it. Therefore, you can't compare the Atma Anubhava Moksha with the Swarga Ananda Moksha. Why? Because Anitya, it is Nitya. Then when it is not Nitya, how can you call it Moksha? Moksha का अर्थ ही नित्य होना चाहिए ना. Otherwise, अनित्य मोक्ष every day we are getting. थक जाते हैं, नींद में जाते हैं, that's also मोक्ष. हंगर लगती है, खाना खाते हैं, वो भी मोक्ष. But which is the moksha permanently staying there? No. We want nitya moksha. That is only possible by discovering the self, which is nitya always. But swarga adi are, karma generated they are. But when the karma is over, the swarga से ऐसे धक्का मारेंगे ना, you come back only on the earth. So he says, nityatvat mokshasya nahi nityam kinchid arabhyate loke yad arabdam tad anityamiti atha na karma arabdha moksha. Moksha is not the result of any arabdhava karma, it is nitya, 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 nitya. Now, another topic he takes up, Purva Pakshi. He refers to the Ishavasya Upanishad or his own something. What is that? Vidya Sahitanam Karmanam Nitya Aramba Samarthya Vidhi Chet. If there is a other process where karmas are done along with Vidya. Here Vidya means the Vidya which is discussed by us in the Ishavasya Upanishad. विद्यां च अविद्यां च यस्तद्वेदो उभयगम सह अविद्यया मृत्युंतीर्त्वा विद्यामृतमश्नुते अन्यदेव विद्यात् अन्यदेव. That shloka is there. There the vidya is upasana. So some are the upasana and the karma. ये दोनों जोड़ूंगा मुझे मुक्ति मिलेगा. विद्या सीतानाम कर्मणाम नित्य आरंभ सामर्थ्य विधि चेत. I can start the karma along with the upasana and get the Paramatma, the Nitya Vastu. Dekho, you are saying you are starting and you say the Nitya thing I will get. You are contradicting in your own words, dear. Why are you not careful before speaking? Siddhanti Virodhat. What is Virodha? Nityam cha arabhyate cha iti viruddham. तुम क्या कह रहे हो? आई विल स्टार्ट उपासना, आई विल स्टार्ट कर्म टू गेट द नित्य आत्मा. But Atma Nitya hai, and you are telling you are starting here. How can a starting will give the Nitya? So, Nityam cha arabhyate cha iti viruddham. Nahi hoga wo. What is the essence? The discussion is, we are already the Brahma or the Self. That is only covered by the Avidya. And the Upanishad Jnanam Vidya gives the benefit of removing the Avidya. When this Vidya se Avidya chala gaya, the Atma which is eternally there, that is realized. To do this or to achieve this, all other things of upasanas and karma, where everything is anatma only, it not only is invalid, but it only misguides us. The upasana में एक ईश्वर होना चाहिए कि नहीं, and then a karma होना चाहिए कि नहीं. Now, when so much of duality is there, how can you reach the atma which is non-dual? I myself am the self. I have to abide in that by discovering it. That's it. It has nothing to do to your yajna, yaga, upasana, your japa, tapa. That all are done for purification if you are a spiritual seeker. But otherwise, they are only punya karma, which will give you further births only. You are never liberated. So, Nitya Atma Anubhava only is moksha. First, you have to know it. Anything not Atma is Anitya and it cannot be moksha. And that is the field of upasanas, karma, etc. But this is a full field of Vidya. आत्म विद्या से अनात्म भ्रांति चला गया और आत्म अनुभव हो गया, मोक्ष हो गया. This is the only way. Another, in all other processes, what you are dealing with the aneka anatma only. There is no concept of atma only in that case for you. So you are bound. पूर्व पक्षी यद विनष्टम तदेव न उत्पद्यते इति प्रध्वंस अभावात् नित्यः मोक्ष आरभ्यते एव इति चेत् न. So he takes an example of pradvamsa abhava, and then once created, but after that it can remain as eternally. Therefore, upasana and karma karke, we will get the atma as moksha, then it will continuously stay. Its nityata will be maintained later on. But first let us gain it through karma and upasana. So कर्म उपासना से हम उसको पाएंगे, उसके बाद वो हमेशा रहेगा. Therefore, our job of, our point of Doing something to gain, that also is satisfied. Your point of Nityata also is satisfied. Can we do like that? And to explain this Nityata, he is using a funny example which Bhagavan will thwart or refute. I'll touch it today in a minute's time, and you will see tomorrow along with the essence of what he spoke little bit. He said there is a pot. Yeah, pot is there? Asti, asti. Pot is broken for some reason. What happened now? Absence of pot is there. Will the same pot be made out of it again? No. Then what is there now? The absence of pot. How long the absence of pot will be there? Eternally. You understand? So eternity is achieved by doing something, no? And this technical called as pradvamsa abhava. Absence of something after it is being broken. So a karma is done of breaking the pot, somehow or the other. And the result has come out of it, absence of the pot. That result is eternal. In the same way, we do karma upasana, then we get Atma, then that will remain eternally. For that, the Guru answered, Bhaiya, example baithta nahi hai. Because the Atma is not abhava rupa, it is bhava rupa. तो जो भाव रूप आत्मा का तो अभाव रूप एग्जाम्पल कैसा देते हो? We talk about the self as pure infinite presence, and to explain that, you are talking about the absence of the pot. And then some more detailed discussions are done wherein the Visheshanas are brought about the Bhava and Abhava. But this all gives a good beginning and exercise for our intellect. How the logicians, how the spiritual technicians use their subtle brains to inquire into the Atma and Anatma, an idea comes to us. This is how the hair splitting discussions, Vicharana they do, out of which alone precipitates the right understanding. And all that sometimes is given to us easily or avoided by Ishvara Krupa if we are total Sharanagata to Him. But the result out of the thing is same. Finally, Atma Prapti alone is moksha. Now we are by Krupa studying this and trying to analyze also what is the Bhashyakara's answer to the Purvapakshi, who want the Swarga Sukha as the moksha and who wants the effortless moksha by managing four types of karma. Or what is Bhagavan Shankara's point? Whatever you are saying is impractical and you are just supposedly saying. Your only assumption you are doing it, but actually when you enter into doing so, it is so impossible or difficult. So all that proves what? Finally, by doing any of the worldly karma or by not doing the karma or by doing punya karma to go to Swarga, you will get those results, but not the mukti giving Atma Jnana. Atma Jnana will come only by Upanishadic study. And only in the removal of the avidya of the Atma by gaining avidya, that one gets moksha or liberated. So these are the things, when you become subtle. आज से वही करो प्रार्थना, हे भगवान, give me all sattvic bhojanam so that my entire intellect and personality is so sattvic, such subtle truths I am trying to understand and I will be able to understand. Now there are two more only questions which half an hour will take. Is done. Then we will see the beginning of the commentary of Shanti Mantra. Later on, the commentary on the Upanishad, starting from Siksha Adhyaya. Thank you, Siksha Valli. Tomorrow, see, one more day will take tomorrow for the completion of this, along with summary. Then, if possible, tomorrow only we'll touch upon the meaning of Shanti Mantra, also Shanno Mitra, as exhaustively commented by Bhagavan Shankara, which has so much of message. एक आध दिन उसका लगेगा. Then शिक्षावली शिक्षां व्याख्यास्यामः वर्णस्वरः मात्रावरं सामसान्तान इत्युक्त शिक्षाध्यायः सह नो एषः सह नो ब्रह्मवर्चसम् अतः तत्सगमिताय उपनिषदं व्याख्यास्यामः पञ्चस्वधिकरणेषु अधिलोकमधिज्योष्यम् अधिविद्यम् अधिप्रजम् अध्यात्मम्. This topic of the Shikshavali commentary will come. No, this is not like all our ordinary knowledge of the world. This is the Upanishad Jnanam, Vedanta Jnanam, Tattva Jnanam, Atma Jnanam, Brahma Jnanam, Moksha Jnanam. Definitely it will be little difficult, but we have to go through that. But once it clicks to us by Shruti Krupa, Guru Krupa, Ishvara Krupa, you will dance with joy and ecstasy. Like yesterday, after doing Lord Shiva Puja, how Ravana was spending his both hands spreading and was dancing only. My example is only for dancing, not the other one. Tomorrow we'll see. Om, 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 Om. In today's class, the mysticism of the spirituality is tried to be revealed. It is unlike the worldly Vyavahara, something different, something sublime. The process is totally different, not same like how do we gain the things of the world. इद संसार ऐसा नहीं है, थोड़ा हटकर है, वो क्लैरिटी आज दिया गया है. ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. परमर्षिभ्यो नमः. परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. लाइक व्हाट वी एग्जॉस्टिवली स्टडी टुडे, वो सब नहीं बताते हुए सिर्फ समरी कलम 15-10 मिनट देखकर द रिमेनिंग पोर्शन वी टू, दैट विल बी आवर टुमारोज प्लान. चलो, कम फॉर our Vidur Niti for 10 minutes.